Welcome to the Liberian Journal interview with Councillor Varney Sherman, Chairman of Unity Party, Republic of Liberia. Honorable Sherman is in Minnesota to serve as a guest speaker and installing officer for the Minnesota chapter of Unity Party in the diaspora, especially the United States. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How's been your travel to Minnesota? Tell us about your trip to Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota is just one of the activities I'm in the United States for. Primarily is to spend some time with my family. My wife is here, and 2 weeks ago I inducted into office the leadership of the DC metro area, and I'm in Minnesota this weekend to induct into office the Minnesota chapter of the Unity Party in the diaspora.
Okay. So, how do you feel about your role as an installing officer, as just being elected chairman of the party in Liberia in the face of the huge merger between the three political institutions in Liberia? What is your thoughts? How does that merger translate into momentum in the diaspora and rally Liberians to push the agenda of President Sirleaf?
Well, I don't like to call it the agenda of President Sirleaf. I like to call it the agenda of the Unity Party. We've had a merger of three political parties: the Liberia Action Party, the Liberia Unification Party, and the Unity Party. As you are well aware, the Unity Party is the surviving political party, the surviving from the merger. Now, part of a merger process is that at the end of the day, the surviving entity is reorganized and restructured to meet the aspirations and the values of the merger accord. And this is what we've done in Liberia. We've gone ahead and restructured the Unity Party to take into account all of the members of the old Liberation Party, the old Liberia Unification Party, and the old Unity Party. We've had a new constitution. We've had a new election of national officers in May of last year, had them inducted into office. We've had our local branches in the counties all reorganized, and our constituencies all reorganized on the same line. And so now, for other organizations that are affiliated with us, such as the United Party partisans in the diaspora, they are going through that same reorganization and restructuring. And my presence in Minneapolis today is to induct into office those who have been elected to spearhead the Unity Party in this part of the United States.
Thank you very much. I know there's so many messages you have for Liberians in Minnesota across the diaspora. What is one particular message that you bring to them? Say, look, the series of things I'd like to talk about, but I'd like to highlight and emphasize this particular message. And so when I leave, you will say, he said this, he emphasized this.
That our home is undergoing tremendous positive transformation. Tremendous positive transformation after years and years of fighting one another, years of breaking down Liberia that took us to the brink of self-destruction. Over the last 5 years, 6 years, our country has undergone tremendous transformation. But there is so much more to be done. And we have so much to lose if we don't continue on the same path. My message to Liberians is to work with us for us to continue on the same path.
Okay. Well, this path has took us to some achievements, obviously, but it's also created a culture of corruption in Liberia. And your party oversee some level of culture of corruption where a man appointed the Auditor General Malu to address that issue of corruption. He may not have his job very soon. What would you tell the president if you have one moment to advise the president? Say, this is the guy that helped us to reduce the level of corruption. Can you renew his contract?
You sound like an advocate for renewal of his contract. But I would not have advised the president to renew his contract. Honestly, I was not involved in the process. As the national chairman of the Unity Party, I do my best to with my associates, with my co-workers to run the Unity Party. I do not run the government of President Sirleaf. But if I had been asked to give my advice, I would not have recommended him. Mr. Morlu, before he even became the Auditor General, had declared that President Sirleaf's government was 3 times more corrupt than previous governments. So he went into the job already prejudiced and did his best to confront